I really love getting to share craft ideas with you to use the supplies that you have in your collection, but I also want to show you why you need these supplies. It's great to be able to share techniques with you, and this is a great way to do it. So now's a good time to like and subscribe so you never miss out on a live video, and of course share with your friends because that helps out everybody for ideas and for more. My name is Lindsay Mann. I am from Alberta, Canada, and I have been a Canadian Stampin' Up! Demonstrator over 22 years, and I love to craft. So this is a great way to get to craft together. Thanks for joining me. All right, you can find more details on any of the things that I'm offering, from classes to products, on my website at cloud9stampers.com, so you can go check that out there. Hi Sharon, happy Pool Party Friday. We are using Pool Party today, so true to its name. Yeah, how have you all been doing? Be sure to say hello as you tune in, or if you're watching the replay, you can let me know that too. Let me know where you're tuning in from. If you can believe it, we've actually started with Christmas cards. So we have had a few releases of Christmas product, but the big release is coming up on September 2nd. If you're a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, you can already order those products. And if you'd like to become a demonstrator, you can actually shop the products in your starter kit. You get to choose $165 worth of products, and you only pay $135. There's no shipping or tax charged on it for extra savings, so it's a really good deal. And of course, you get to be part of my Cloud9 Stampers team, which means that you will get to attend a free class every quarter, and you also have free online classes once a month called Tips and Techniques. So I wanted to share with you a quick and simple card. Of course, we're still in the summer season of crafting, which means I know many of you are out doing very fun things, which is great. But we're just going to touch on a few things because I can't stop. Won't stop, can't stop. So I had a Christmas card class called Christmas in August last night. Shout out to all the friends that came out to that. That was so much fun to see you. And we got to explore the new products that are coming out, but we also played with the products that you can currently buy. And so I'm going to share with you one of the cards we made last night so that you can see the Christmas products you already can have access to. There's a link in the profile of this video, so you can go ahead and click on that. That'll take you to my online store where you can see some of those products. Okay, I'm going to do the awkward transition so you can see my hands. Prior to doing that, I just wanted to let you know in the month of August, we do have an in-color sale going on. So there's 15% off the newest products that are involved with the in colors. And you can see a whole page of that on my store. And what else is going on? I do have a class coming up on September 6th. It's Bling and Bingo. Lots of fun. You get a $25 grab bag, and we're going to play some free games of bingo for fun. And so this is a great time to come out and make some projects, have some fun, and meet other crafters. So if you're local and you'd like to participate with that, you can fill that out with my class links, and you can find that on cloud9stampers.com. Okay, I'm going to do the awkward transition now. Sorry, you know, I'm super techie. See, and I'll get you clipped into my stand. There we go. All right, how you doing, friends? Have you been having a good summer so far? I have had a great summer. It has been tons of fun, and I always appreciate when I get to spend lots of time with my family and traveling, and so that's been lots of fun. Okay, let me show you the bundle we're going to play with today. It's called the Jolly Holly Bundle, and like I said, this is available now. So anybody can purchase this bundle now. It comes with the Jolly Holly stamp set, a great set for anybody who's looking for like a singular bundle to play with. It has Christmas images, excuse me, as well as a ton of greetings, including greetings that you could stamp on the inside of your cards, so you don't have to be quite so verbose on the inside of your cards. So there's also a bundle, and I'm just going to show you part of it because it's a hybrid embossing folder. So that means that it comes with an embossing folder that looks like this, and then there's a die that fits inside it. I'll show you that here when we make the card. And then there's some great labels and words that you can use together there. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing I wanted to do, you've seen me do this technique before, but it's just such a great one. We're gonna play with it again. I'm bringing in 3 colors and a clear block to use as a palette. So we have Pool Party, there it is, Sharon. we've got Garden Green, and we have Lost Lagoon. They are such a beautiful color combo. We'll start with our lightest color, which is Pool Party, and we're just going to give it a squish onto our clear block. That's to create a palette. You could do this on a plate if you don't have a clear block at home, or on a glass mat. We're going to do 3 colors just like that. And then we're going to bring in water. I like to use water instead of alcohol because the water just interacts with the ink a little better so that it makes a nice puddle. So you'll notice I'm being quite generous with the spray of water. We want a literal puddle of ink, and it does spray off, so make sure you've got a some kind of scrap paper there. So I'm bringing in a piece of 3.5 by 5 Fluid 100 watercolor paper, and we're just going to smush that right onto the block. And this is where you can see my Instagram handle, Inky Thumbs, comes from, because you're always going to have inky fingers and thumbs when you play with this. So there you can see we've got this gorgeous watercolor ombre effect happening. So you're just going to set this aside to dry. You can speed up the drying by using a heat tool, or just let it sit aside to dry. So sometimes if I'm making multiples of these, I'll do this whole step over and over, because you can see this puddle can be used for multiple cards. It'll get lighter and lighter as you go through it, but it does give you that opportunity to create that beautiful watercolor effect. So I'll set that aside to dry, and I'll show you what a couple of dried ones look like. So here you can see one that was pretty full strength. I did that one first. And here's a second one where the colors have blended together more, because I did that after multiple passes. So then just set those aside to dry. So here is the next step. We're going to bring in that hybrid embossing folder. So what you want to do is line up, I have to figure out how this lines up. There we go. Line it up with the images, and it kind of almost locks in place. Like I'm pushing it with my thumbs right now and it doesn't slide. But it's all lined up with the embossed image there. And then you're going to take this paper and put it face down into the embossing folder. You shut the door, and then you run it through your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And then when you do that, it comes out with this. So you get this beautiful dry embossed and die cut image. Now this die is designed not to cut out each one of those, but to create a little pop-up feature with those holly leaves. You could take a pair of scissors and snip and cut them out if you just wanted one piece, but you're going to, on this card, we're going to be able to use that image. Now, I wanted to take out certain pieces of it around the edges. So I'm going to bring in my snips here, and I'm just going to cut this piece here, and we're going to cut that piece like that. So we have just this little cutout, and I don't really love that piece that you can see the way I cut it. It had some cut out, so we're gonna cut that there and just bring that along to there. And so you're just going to carefully cut away little pieces around the edges. So same thing here. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. It's just gonna make it look kind of cool at the end. And how about this one down here? Nice, okay. So now we're going to bring in our layering pieces. So I have a piece of Pool Party cardstock, and we're going to bring that in like so. I'm just going to cut this off here too. I don't like that. Okay. You're kind of just fussing with it until you get it to the area that you want it, just like that. Okay, so now I can't stop fussing with it. Now we're going to adhere it. So the way to do that is we are going to add some dimensionals to the back. And we want the holly leaves to really stand out. So we're going to put quite a few dimensionals on there. I keep grabbing the backings off. There we go. Have you guys tried playing with a hybrid embossing folder before? They're pretty cool. It's a one-step technique, which is really neat. You do need a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, But again, I think if you have been crafting a while, you probably have a similar machine in your collection. So put that to use. I know you're kind of panicking right now as you're seeing me add all these dimensionals. I promise it's going to be worth it. Okay, ready? So now we're going to flip this over, and I'm going to do it with the green down. We're going to add this to the Pool Party cardstock, and there, all the places that we've added our dimensionals are going to pop up those holly branches. So then you can take your thumbs and just curl out the edges so that you get that little bit of extra dimension coming off of the card, and you can really see that separation from the cardstock. And the watercolor paper is so nice and thick that it really holds that curl, which is very pretty. So there we've got that. I'm going to bring in a piece of cloud cover, which looks great with Pool Party. It's like a grayer version of blue, and we're going to add that on top. And now we're going to bring in from the dies, we're going to bring in the small label, and we're going to stamp the Merry Christmas. So there's 2 different stamps for that, which is nice because then you can line up the words exactly how you want them. I'm going to start with Christmas, so the bottom word. We're going to stamp that here. And then Merry, we can line it up on top. Just like so. And then the other thing that's from the stamp set is this little bell here. So I've already stamped and die cut that out, and we're going to do some coloring. So I'm going to bring in, first of all, the cloud cover. So I'll do the darkest blend first. So this is an alcohol marker that is really fun to color with because they blend so beautifully. Makes for some hyper realistic coloring if you really work on the shading aspect of it. And then I'll use the lighter cloud cover for the top of the bell here. Now I'm going to bring in my light Pool Party, and we'll do the body of the bell. Like that. And now we're going to bring in Pretty in Pink. And I'll start with the darker color. We're going to do the underside of the bow here, and then the lighter, and we'll just fill that in. So not specifically traditional Christmas colors, but I do love blues for Christmas projects. So with the dimensional, we're going to add the bell onto our Merry Christmas here. And I do have some embellishments that I'm going to add on. So we're going to grab some of the bigger yellow ones, and we're going to add that to where the little bell starts. And now we're going to go ahead and add this to the project. So you can sort of find a little spot where you can tuck it under. And I'm going to add a couple of dimensionals to the back. And then tuck that in just like so. The last step is we have a piece of basic beige cardstock, and I'm going to fold the edges together, give it a press with my bone holder, and now we'll add that to our card. And then we have our very beautiful Christmas card with that watercolor background. So I'll show you 2 other cards that we made last night at my Christmas in August class. So here you can see is the first one. And then the second one we did was with this cute little dachshund. So if you, I'm not sure if it picks up in the video, but we used some Wink Estella on his little sweater there, and then added some rhinestones to the lights, and just a really, really cute card using the Long Time No See stamp set. So there you can see is our dog. And this one's nice because it's not just a Christmas set. You can bring in a couple of cheeky punny sayings there. And it's just a really, really cute stamp set. No bundle, just a stamp set. One of the things I'll point out is we use two-tone cardstock in the back. And so if you emboss the two-tone cardstock, you can use a sanding block and remove a little bit of that pigment, and then you get that extra texture added to the background, which is very cute. And then the final project was using the, what stamp is that called? Jar of Joy. So this one here is a complement to our, I think it's Jar of Love, our other one. And it has a punch that you can use. So you might have the bundle from the catalog, and then, or I think it's an online exclusive, but then you can use that punch for this stamp set too. So here you can see we've got Wishing You the Sweetest Christmas. We brought in our little peppermint embellishments, which have carried over from last year. And here you can see I've made the jar shiny. And if you look at last week's video, you'll see that we were playing with the iridescent treat bags, which is a Halloween product, but it can be used in so many different ways. And so we added the iridescent treat bag to the jar to make it shiny and look like it's part of a iridescent glass jar. So there you can see are the projects that we made at my Christmas card class. So if you are local and would like to take a class, by all means, reach out. You can find my class schedule at cloud9stampers.com. And if you live in Canada and would like to talk about a class to go, we can do that too. So again, just reach out through my website. Have an amazing weekend, my friends. I hope that you are getting in your craft studio, pulling out those craft supplies and having some fun. It's always a pleasure to get to craft with you. So thanks for watching, and bye for now.